there, it's Heather McDaniel. I'm your licensed Colorado realtor. I live here in Perry Park, Colorado, and I've been talking to you about when you're listing your home with me and kind of some expectations that I might have, especially during the photos and during tours. And so I wanted to continue that conversation. I want to remind you that my phone number is 303-519-9262. My website is heathermcdanielrealty.com. Okay. And then you can also email me, and it's a little tricky because it's heather.mcdaniel@exprealty.com. Okay. So, sometimes I hold this up, but I realize it's probably backwards. So, I wanted to also let you know that my videos are going to be more like 5 to 7 minutes now. They used to be 3 to 4, finding that I'm having to cut off in the middle of my thoughts. So let's talk today more about those photos and when you're listing your home. I would love for you to remember about taking your kiddos' names off the walls, remembering that it's no longer going to be your house. So start packing up things you don't need. And you're going to be so happy that I gave you that tip, because when it's time to move, you've already got several boxes already packed up and in the garage and ready to go. So, in the past, we've talked about, less is more, clearing off your bathroom counter. If there's a showing and you got ready for work or whatever, before you head to work, just have a tote that you take everything you just used to get ready for work and swish it into that tote and put it under the sink or, wherever, where it's out of the way. I had one client that when it was time for a showing, she had show pillows for her bed. This is a true story. And if you're out there, friend, you know who I'm talking to. But when it was time for a showing, she would take their bed pillows and put them in the back of her car. And then she had pillows that she used for show, and they were nice and crisp and clean, and she would switch out the pillows. Now, that is an amazing client because she is working with me to get her house sold. So when we list your home, we become partners, right? There's things I need to do, and there's things you will need to do to get your house sold. So one of those things is doing exactly that. Preparing your house. You might be at work, you're at work, and somebody calls and they're like, hey, we want to see your house in about 20 minutes. First thing, should we make it to where you need to have more of a warning than 20 to 30 minutes before a showing? Because we can do that. I can do that. As your realtor, I can make it to where you need a 24-hour notice, which is fine. However, if it's a second showing, if somebody's already walked through your house and they have it narrowed down to 2 or 3 houses, and today is the day they're making their decision, and they're going to look at house A, and then they'd like to look at your house, which for them is house B, and then they're going to look at house C. And you've said, nope, I need that 24-hour notice. And the agent or the realtor calls me and they say, hey, Heather, we need to pop in there today because we're making a decision today. And if I call you and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Lister, they're getting ready to make a decision. We need to do a showing. Are you good to go? And you're like, no, I didn't make my bed. There's underwear hanging off the bathroom sink. Like, please remember, when your house is listed, it is challenging, but every morning or every night or whatever it is, before you leave, you need to make sure that there is some sort of tidiness happening, okay? So just remember that. It's a lot of work, but we'll get it sold, and it's temporary, and then you can move into your new home. Hey, I have more points and more tips for you. Please like and subscribe. Give me a call, 303-519-9262. I am your Colorado licensed realtor, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.